So the Irish government think they're being cute with the whole sort of water charges thing. They're not immediately privatising it, and obviously so, but they are commodifying it. They're turning a public service into a commodity. Now, if they were to succeed with that, which they're not going to, but if they were to succeed with that, and the TTIP agreement was passed, well, one of the consequences of TTIP will be that the Irish government's ownership, or majority ownership of Irish water, would be in breach of TTIP, because it would be a monopoly. And if there's a service and a commodity and a market that exists within the country, that market has to be opened up. So even if they didn't want to privatise Irish water, which they do, they'd be compelled to privatise it by the TTIP agreement. And once it's privatised, if they wanted to undo it, they couldn't, because of the ISDS and various other mechanisms. There are major clauses here about transparency. So if any new laws are going to be adopted, there's going to have to be very serious consultation and engagement, even before the laws are adopted. Not with you or me, with investors. The important thing to remember is that they tried to do this in the mid-90s with the MAI, the Multilateral Agreement on Investment between the OECD countries. Again, it was done in secret. Again, it was rushed, relatively rushed as these things are, in a space of 2 years. But once a sufficient number of organisations and the public at large became aware of it, they were able to mobilise and frustrate the adoption of that agreement. History shows us that these policies and these sort of developments can be blocked. And again, you'll see it when we march down O'Connell Street later. You know, the government here thought they were going to force through water charges and people would roll over, but they're not. They haven't realised it yet, but they've lost already. You know what I mean?